The newest update contains a lot of new and exciting content, and these are the top 5 new features coming in a 2.4 version. Just when you thought Enkanomiya was done with its islands, a new secret region has been revealed during the 2.4 livestream, and it's actually insane just how different it feels from the rest of the game. This new place is called Enkanomiya, and good luck pronouncing that name correctly, by the way, as it's located somewhere deep under Watatsumi, which is rumored to be the actual place where the island's inhabitants originated from. And this region has some really unique stuff going on, because the whole place is filled with ancient civilization structures that have their own unique architectural style, but more importantly, there's this massive artificial sun that illuminates the whole place, and the cool thing about it is that you can control it by lighting it up and revealing new things like puzzles and secret areas you couldn't access otherwise inside this new region. Basically, from what I understand, this is going to be the integral part of the exploration, so expect to be flicking the light switch on and off if you want to find every hidden chest and secret. But in a nutshell, one of the biggest features of 2.4 will be this region filled with new monsters, mechanics, and secrets. You know, it's either a big event or a new area that's considered to be the core of the update, but it seems like this time around, we're not only getting a new region, but also a major event. And this new massive event called Fleeting Colors in Flight, which is also known as simply Lantern Ride, consists of several phases, one of which will have a nifty minigame where you craft various different fireworks, while some other phases will have you go scouting for the lost pieces of the destroyed Jade Chamber, as well as another side game where you try to solve a puzzle that is cast from an object's shadow. But probably the coolest phase has to be this giant boss fight, so this new Lantern Ride really feels like on a whole different level when compared to the last year. Now, just like the last time, a lot of generous rewards are going to be given away, one of which includes 10 free intertwined fates, but there's also going to be a free 4-star character, and you can pick anyone who's from Liyue region, including Yun Jin herself. And if you thought miHoYo forgot about character skins, well, we're actually going to be getting a new Ningguang skin that can be obtained for free, and she looks absolutely stunning, but you can also buy a new Keqing's costume, which will have a reduced cost during the update. Now when it comes to smaller events, there's going to be a couple of new ones, one of which is my personal favorite, where you get to hang out with these super cute Tanuki creatures and in return, get rewarded for being their friend in need. Also, there's a pretty simple combat event called the Study in Potions, where you outsource Timaeus for some special potions and use them to boost your characters in combat challenges. But there's also some familiar events showing up once again, and it seems like Windtrace is finally making a comeback, so it'll be interesting to see if Mona is still the queen of the Windtrace meta. We finally got a good look at the new 2.4 characters, so starting with the 5-star Cryo Polearm unit, Shenhe's role has been described as someone who helps out with dealing better cryo damage, which is actually a pretty interesting idea, since we haven't really had a character that specifically boosts one particular element's damage, well, at least not without Constellations. But the way she boosts the damage is what's really fascinating, because after using her elemental skill, everyone in the team, including herself, when they deal cryo damage, it will become enhanced with her buff, so you have to be dealing cryo damage in order to get the buff Shenhe offers. And as for her burst, it looks like a pretty standard field she summons to attack the enemies who stand in it, and from what I understand, it will also make them take more damage from cryo attacks. Basically, Shenhe's abilities are tailor-made for helping out your cryo teammates, and this is definitely a huge deal when it comes to 5 stars, because it feels like she's going to be a niche support unit, but I guess we'll need to wait for the update's arrival to see her full potential. Now, if you're still not sick of Gio's dominance these past few weeks, Yun Jin is another addition to the Rocky element, but from what has been said about her during the livestream, I don't even think you could call her a Geo character. So she's got this skill where it works as a counter to incoming damage, something that Beto can do as well, and while that's pretty cool, the burst is where she really stands out, and it will enhance normal teammate attacks by increasing their damage during its duration. And what this means is that characters like Yoimiya, whose primary bulk of damage comes from normal attacks, might just be Yun Jin's next best friend, but it obviously depends just how good the buff is going to be. Now, if these 2 new characters wasn't enough, Xiao, Ganyu, and Zhongli are going to be getting their own rerun banners, which is absolutely insane and makes me feel sorry for some of you who wanted to have a chance at saving up your Primo Gems properly, because man, if this wasn't the holy trinity of extremely popular characters a lot of people have been waiting for. Xiao is like the most selfish damage dealer that demands your full attention, but the amount of damage he's able to dish out in a wide area is absolutely insane, not to mention the fact there's no one else that comes comes close to his jumpy playstyle, while Ganyu has been regarded as one of the strongest characters in the entire game, but that's usually just part of the deal you're getting since the Coco Goat is also an extremely popular character when you realize just how many people like her design in general. And as for Zhongli, his shield damage absorption is so good, it can make you forget how to dodge after a while, and he has been one of the most popular supports for a lot of players. And finally, to wrap it all up, every character mentioned will be featured on double banners, meaning in the first phase, Shenhe and Xiao will be the featured 5 stars, while you can obtain Yun Jin from either of the banners, and for the second phase, it's going to be Ganyu and Zhongli sharing the spotlight. And of course, new 5-star polearm called Calamity Queller will appear in the newest weapon banner. The equation of new area and new characters usually results in, well, new world bosses, and it looks like there's going to be 2 scary looking bishops you'll need to go up against, which is actually a pretty cool idea, and from the footage that's been shown so far, the fight looks pretty intense, but I wonder if anyone will be able to one-shot these guys before they even start jumping around. Either way, new ascension materials for some of the new future characters is probably the only relevant reward we can expect to see from this monster duo. But aside from this, new additions to the game's world will be Yun Jin's and Ningguang's hangout events. I feel like it's sometimes the little things that matter the most, and this time around, the newest update brings a lot of new quality of life upgrades, the first one being more daily commissions, so you don't drive yourself crazy with the same ones over and over again, and MiHoYo promises to introduce 11 new commissions once the update goes live. Also, if you're tired of dragging your map around just to get from one region to another, there's going to be a new and a simple feature that immediately lets you jump from within the menu to the region of your choosing. But those of you who are craving for some Abyss changes, now you can see the enemies you go up against before you select the teams, and you will now be notified on the left side during the fights if your time runs out for one of the stars. Oh, and it looks like we'll be getting a shortcut wheel that you can customize by yourself, and the crafting menus have been redesigned, so you can have a better overall look at everything that you can craft from a quick glance. Finally, if you care about making the Serenity Pod a bit more interactable than just a soulless factory that produces friendship, ascension mats, and realm coins, well, you can now select items in batches and have an easier time decorating your realm. And those of you who just wanted to vibe with the game's soundtrack, there's going to be a furnishing that lets you listen to a wide variety of Genshin's music. But that's pretty much it, and to quickly summarize, a new and exciting zone called Enkanomiya will be added in 2.4 that has a unique mechanic where you'll be able to switch between the region's light and dark mode to reveal all of its secrets and treasures. Now for some temporary content, the major Lantern Rites event returns, where you'll find plenty of activities to participate in, and includes some generous rewards like a free 4-star character you can pick from the Liyue region, which means Yun Jin herself can be picked as well. Speaking of which, this new update also brings the double banners back, and what's even more interesting, we'll have the double banners in both phases, where Shenhe and Xiao along with Yun Jin will be available during the first phase, and Zhongli along with Ganyu are going to be in the second phase of the update. Finally, a new world boss and a couple of hangouts events will be added. This update isn't messing around, and there's so much content coming out, but I think the best part about it is that this new region won't be going away, so you can just take your time and explore it at your own pace. Either way, if you made it to this part, make sure to use the Primo Gem codes you can find in the pinned comment, and thanks for watching the video.